Hello, CSI Golden Eagles. Welcome to episode 47 of the Knowledge Nest. I know that this is a few weeks before the 1 year mark, technically, of the podcast. I think that was the first week of February. And this is the second week of January, but because of Christmas and Thanksgiving and a few other holidays, we're a little bit behind on our 52nd episode, but this is episode 47. And before I go on to our newsletter, which is going to be the main focus of this episode, I'm going to talk to you a little bit about copyright. Mainly that there are thousands of works that recently entered the public domain in the United States, including this one. So Steamboat Willie is in the public domain now, and this is very important because it was one of the main motivators behind the Copyright Extension Act that was passed in 1998. And so it is in all iterations of Mickey Mouse and Minnie Mouse and Disney that are obviously in the public domain, but it is that iteration of Mickey Mouse and Minnie Mouse that are in the public domain right now. I don't want you all to go and put Mickey Mouse on everything and claim that you can, because you can't. I thought it was just fun to note that Steamboat Willie is now in the public domain, and so now you can download it. As long as you don't make it seem like the trademark of Disney, because Disney put Steamboat Willie into their trademark, that whistling scene, as long as you don't steal that trademark version of Steamboat Willie, then you will be fine to reuse Steamboat Willie for whatever purposes you want, because it is now in the public domain. So that was kind of fun. I get to use a item in this podcast that was copyrighted when it began, but now it is not copyrighted. So kind of fun. Another work that is in the public domain is the Suite Andalucia by Ernesto Lecuona, who was a Latin American composer. And this Suite Andalucia was one of his first, if not his very first, compositions. It was composed from 1923 to 1928. It features 6 scores, 6 pieces that are dances from different areas of Spain. And I learned the Malagueña and the Andalucia personally, but there are many others, and it's a fantastic group of pieces. I would recommend anyone learning from it. But now you can download the entire suite from IMSLP, which I've talked about before. And you will note also that here is the copyright date, 1928. Additionally, you will see that in this date, the 1996 date, that is the date that the Hal Leonard Corporation reprinted this. However, it was originally published in 1928, and that is the only date that matters. The only year that matters is the publication date. Now, if it's a different edition, if the Hal Leonard Corporation created an entirely different edition from the Edward B. Marks Company, for instance, on the recording side, there is a recording that was significantly changed from the score. Now, that would be under copyright. However, this is not under copyright anymore. And so maybe someday I can record some of that and feature it on the podcast. I don't really want to do that right now because I'm not sure people would like that. But the point is, there are many works that are in the public domain now, and that means that many more people can access them who were not able to pay for them or could not license them. It allows people to take creative works and infuse their own creativity into an adaptation of that work. Would it be possible for you to take this and publish it and sell it for your own purposes? Yes. But would that be ethical? Probably not. In my view, taking a public domain work, slapping your own stuff on it, and selling it is not the most ethical. But technically, you could, and no one could really do anything about it because it's in the public domain. And here's another work that is in the public domain. George Gershwin's An American in Paris. But here's another interesting thing. The recordings, even though the score was published in the United States, the recordings of it were performed in 1947 and 1944, so they are not public domain. So just because a score is in the public domain does not mean that the recordings of that score are in the public domain. And furthermore, there's an arrangement, a reduction, and this specifically, they have a note here that says the Frank Campbell Watson orchestration cannot be uploaded here because he made significant enough changes to the original orchestration that he could claim it under his own copyright. So you have to be careful about this copyright public domain things. And essentially, the only thing that is copyrighted, or that is in the public domain, is the original manuscript. Even this is not in the public domain. The New York Music Corporation publication 2 years later, only this holograph manuscript is in the public domain. The arrangement right here, 1929, this will be available in 2025. And so you can download it in 2025. It will be in the public domain. So that's a little bit about the public domain. Do you have any other works that you like in the public domain and you're excited to read them? There's H.G. Wells and Open Conspiracy. Memoirs of a Fox Hunting Man. That is in the public domain as well. Tell me about your public domain works that you like in the public domain, and maybe we can have a public domain day. We can celebrate that. Maybe we can have a public domain book club, or a work appreciation club. There's art that's in the public domain. There's videos, etc. Now on to the January 2024 CSI Library newsletter. Can you believe it's almost a year since these have been published? Because I did the podcast, and then I think it was the second week of February that the newsletter first came out. So thank you, Allison, for making this newsletter as well. This book club is reader's choice for this month. Read any book you want, and then come talk about it again on the 25th of January, on Thursday, from noon to 1. This little blurb on the right is kind of special to me because it is one of my presentations. The Digital Rhetorical Privacy Collective is hosting a panel and a day, really a week, about information privacy and data privacy. And so I'm going to be discussing teaching about privacy in an age of generative AI on Monday, the 22nd from 4 to 5 p.m. It's a free meeting. Please click the link. It will take you to a website that discusses digital rhetorical privacy and will show you the other participants in the panel that I'm going to be speaking about. I'm going to be presenting specifically on deliberately safeguarding privacy and confidentiality in the age of generative AI. And so it's important that we anonymize our data and protect our privacy and confidentiality, especially with tools and systems that can extrapolate data that we don't give it from the data that we do give it. So a lot of people are lax. I'm not trying to shame people. I'm just trying to help people be aware of that. And so you all know that I like to use generative AI tools, but I also am very careful about what data I input into those tools. Furthermore, this database for this week is the Business Source Premier. It has full text for more than 2,000 journals, and it will help you to cite your sources for a wide range of economic topics: management, accounting, economics, marketing, business management, project management, etc. It also has market research and company profiles and SWOT analyses. Are SWOT analyses the best analyses? That's open to personal preference. I don't think they are, but that's not my. But you can access them with the Business Source Premier. And a new thing, reading bingo. This is kind of exciting. Check at least 4 of the boxes to complete the challenge and bring your bingo sheet to the library for a prize. So you can pick it up from the library and then you can bring it back to the library. I'm not currently reading anything because I'm currently making things to be read. But Ali and Reba and Ross are reading things. And so those are some books. Ali's is really interesting. The second book in the Thursday Murder Club series. Join a group of lovable septuagenarians, that's people in their 70s, as they solve murders and take on the mafia. So really exciting. As a reminder, all students must have a spring semester sticker to check out library items. If you don't have a library sticker, please come get one. It's relatively simple, the process. We're always here to help you. I've been able to help at least 3 people today, and this is my first day back after my holiday break. So we're always eager to help. We're always excited to see who's going to come into the library, and we always like to make new friends. So come in and participate in the activities. Don't forget our digital murder mystery opportunity on LibGuides, and we have many exciting things we're going to do this year. I can't wait to help you find information and help you read and discover the joy of researching and learning for yourself. Not just because something has been assigned to you or because you feel you have to, but because you want to. I guarantee you the library is the perfect place for that. So that was this episode for this week. I hope you have a wonderful week and a wonderful January, and I'll see you next time here